I'm about to head off on my first long holiday for over 3 years over to Europe to see some family, and I'm going to be gone for 6 weeks. So in today's video, I'm going to show you what I pack and how I do that as minimally as possible. So let's dive in. Hello there and welcome back to Simple Essentials. My name is Emmy, and other than being a minimalist, I also really love to travel, but naturally the last couple of years has made traveling just a little bit difficult. So I'm actually just about to start packing for our first long trip in over 3 years. My partner and I are going to head over to Europe for 6 weeks and see my family over in Sweden, hopefully have some warmer weather because it's winter in Australia at the moment as I record this and it's pretty cold. So I'm really looking forward to some warmer weather and some family time. But the thing about traveling, and especially for a longer time, is that it's really tricky to pack sometimes because we're going to be doing some outdoor activities. We are going to be doing some fancy dinners. We've got some christenings, some parties and things like that to go to. So I'm going to need to bring a real blend of clothes this time. So come along today as I pack my bag and start to get ready for this big trip, and let's see how we go. Okay, so here is everything that I am bringing for my 6-week trip to Europe. And I'm going to go through everything in a little bit more detail because it does look quite big on this queen size bed, but let's deep dive into each of the categories. So the first thing for you to consider is the type of bag you're going to be packing in. Now, we both have smaller bags that we use for kind of weekend trips or like carry-on luggage. I personally opt for a backpack because I just find it a lot easier, generally speaking, to put it on my back rather than carrying it around the terminal. And it's also really useful if you're going for little day trips and walks and things like that on your trip that you have a backpack with you. So it's obviously totally up to you and the type of traveling that you do, but that is often what we tend to do. When it comes to our big luggage, we actually have a suitcase on wheels, which is lockable, and we have a large backpack, which we have also put a bunch of flags on from our last big trip that we did in 2019. So this combo works really well for us because the suitcase is obviously quite generous in size and you can fit a lot into it, and you can also roll it around with you. Whereas the backpack, you can either put it on a luggage trolley if you want to, or you can just unzip the straps on the back and wear it as a big backpack. Typically for this type of trip that we're doing right now, I don't really need a backpack. We're not doing any hiking or camping while we're away, but it is a bag that we have. It's of good quality. It's been through a couple of trips with us, and we do put little padlocks on the backpack just to make it a little bit more difficult for someone to get inside the bag as it is in transition. The next obvious thing is obviously to think about the weather and the climate where you're going. So in my case, I'm going from winter in Australia. We've got rainy, cold weather here at the moment. It is a couple of degrees plus Celsius overnight, but not very warm. And during the day, we have about 12 to kind of 15 degrees, and it's been really rainy and windy. So I'm going to be traveling in jeans, my rain and windproof coat, a t-shirt, and probably a jumper of some kind. And I'll probably be wearing my running shoes while I travel because they are my most heavy shoe that I'm bringing. The climate we're going to, so we're going to be away for 6 weeks, and it is sort of late summer going into autumn in Sweden where we're going. So we're looking at probably between 20 to 25 degrees Celsius in the day. And we are going to be doing a fair bit of outdoor activities. So just make sure when you are packing for your trip that you think about what you're going to wear while you travel. And if you are landing somewhere and you're going from very cold weather to super warm weather or vice versa, make sure that you have some stuff in your carry-on, like a pair of shorts or a skirt or something that you can actually change into as you're waiting for the taxi or leaving the airport, because there's nothing worse than being really uncomfortable after you've already traveled for a really long time. And the final tip that I have, generally speaking, is to think about the activities you're going to be doing. Is it a big party? Is it a wedding? Is it more outdoorsy stuff? Or is it more like general touristy things where you'll be walking around, doing some tours, exploring and things like that? In our case, we're mostly going to be having a fairly practical holiday. We're going to be playing with my little nephews and my friends' kids, so I want to have really comfy shoes and clothes to be able to do that. And we're probably going to be doing a little bit of hiking and nature exploring as well, so I'm going to make sure that I bring hiking clothes and fitness clothes that will suit those type of activities. We are also going to have a naming ceremony for one of my little nephews, and I want to make sure that I bring at least one nice dress that I can wear for that, and perhaps for some nice dinners out as well. All right, so this is what I'm bringing in terms of sport gear. So here we have a short sleeve, very lightweight top that I often wear for hiking. You can also wear it for running, etc. So I'm going to be bringing that. And here are my hiking pants. So these are the kind that they're very lightweight and quick dry, and you can actually take the legs off them and turn them into shorts. So I'll be bringing those. A really lightweight sports cap for sports or sun or whatever. My proper swimsuit. I've been taking swimming lessons, so I do want to get my swimming, keep practicing that. And then I have got a 3/4 length running pant, a short sleeve top and a long sleeve top. So that is all the running gear. And this is how small all the sports gear packed up. I am going to be bringing my running shoes, which are over there. I'm going to actually be wearing them as we fly. Alright, so for the more general clothing, I have 3 regular t-shirts, one kind of nicer textured top that goes really well with jeans and other things. I have 2 singlets, so short sleeves, and I have my pajamas. And over here I do have 2 long sleeve kind of cardigan jumpers, 1 pair of jeans and 1 pair of shorts. I am going to be traveling in another pair of blue jeans who I'm wearing right now. And over here we have a black dress, which is really kind of a simple summer casual dress, and a nicer dress for a family function that we're going to. This jumper here and this jacket is what I'll be wearing for the traveling. When it comes to shoes, I really only travel with 3 pairs, or I try to keep it to 3 pairs. So this one here is my running shoes, which I'll be using for hiking as well. I've got a pair of Converse, which is sort of casual wear, and I've got a pair of flats, which I'll probably pair with this dress for that family function we're going to. And that is pretty much it for the clothes. So let's see if we can fit them into the packing cube. Okay, so that's essentially the clothes that I'm bringing, but I wanted to show you a couple of other things as well. And you might look at this and go, is that really all you're bringing? Yes, it is. I am probably going to have like a half full suitcase because I'm sure that I will be buying some things over there. I have some gifts that I'm giving to friends and family as well. So a few things will go in my bag, but this is basically all the clothing and things that I'm going to bring to wear. And my best tip is always to travel in your heaviest clothes. So travel in a pair of jeans or something like that. Your biggest jacket, your heaviest shoe, and things like that. A few things I wanted to show you that I always do bring when I travel. One is a microfiber towel. This isn't quite a full bath towel, but it is rather large. It's definitely big enough for me to dry myself. I wouldn't really bring it to the beach, but in a pinch I could. But it's really good to have a travel towel. My partner and I have one each. We tend to bring them. They're easy to wash, they dry really quick, and they only really last a couple of years, even with good quality. But it is really good to have a towel with you. The other thing I will obviously be bringing is a toiletry bag. This is the same brand as my carry-on, and I really like this one. It fits all of my makeup, my toiletries. I do try to travel with smaller bottles of shampoo and things like that. I normally just keep like sample bottles that I get and or refill my existing littler bottles. So this is my entire toiletry bag that I'll be bringing. I also always pack or bring an umbrella, which I don't have here right now, and a fold-in grocery bag. This folds out to quite a large bag, and it's great to have because there'll be times when you are going to the beach or going out for the day or going shopping and you actually want to have a bag with you. So normally I have a small one in my handbag, and this slightly bigger one I'll probably pack in my suitcase and grab when we need it. The other thing I really recommend that you have when you travel is a kit of adapters so you can charge all your electrical stuff. And I do really recommend you buy it before you get to the airport, because at the airport you will pay a premium price because you're in a pinch and you need to charge your phone. So we bought this kit from Aldi here in Australia. It was not very expensive, and it is basically a power plug. It's got USBs, it's got wall socket things, and this bit here is interchangeable depending what country you're going to. So this is actually super handy because it means you can charge several things at the same time, and you'll never get stuck without a way to charge your phone or your computer or other things. Naturally, I will also have a carry-on with me, and actually a few of the clothing items you saw me pack before will probably go in my carry-on. I'm filming this in August of 2022, and at the moment there are a fair bit of stories going around about luggage getting delayed or luggage going missing altogether. So definitely, if you don't normally do this and you're going to fly a bit further like we are, I'm probably going to pack 1 or 2 pairs of underwear and, you know, my shorts and maybe an extra t-shirt in my carry-on, so that if I do want to get changed while we're traveling, I can easily do that. The final tip I have as someone who has traveled a lot over my 40 years in this world, especially since I was 20, I've traveled very extensively, both backpacking and other types of trips. And the main thing I would say is learn from your last trip. If you brought something last time that you really didn't end up using, maybe consider leaving it at home this time. I remember, for example, many a trip I have brought a hairdryer. And in reality, even if I had good intentions to dry my hair and look all fancy to go out to dinners and stuff, a lot of my trips have been a little bit more physical, outdoorsy type holidays. So that hairdryer that I dragged around with me the whole time, I really didn't use. And the few times I needed one, I could usually borrow one from a family member or the hotel or something like that. So learn from your past travel self to not lug more things around with you next time. And there you go, that's what's coming with me on this trip to Sweden in the kind of summer time, late summer, early autumn. So as you can tell, I brought a range of clothing just so that I would have the right stuff for the type of weather and the outdoor activities that we're hoping to do as well. But as you can also tell, you can actually get away with a lot less than you think, as long as you think creatively about the items that you bring and how versatile they are. As always, I would love to hear your favorite packing tips, so feel free to leave a comment below with some of your minimalist tips so we can all learn from each other and pack a little bit less and a little bit more efficiently next time. I hope you have a wonderful week. I am so excited to head off for this holiday, but I will be uploading videos while I'm away, so make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already subscribed via the little button below. Have an amazing week, and I'll see you in the next video.